Hey guys, I'm Stephanie Wade. I'm Habasia, helping your brothers and sisters in Africa, and I'm also the Creole Griotess. I'm walking around in my neighborhood in Galveston, Texas, passing by all the lovely flowers. That's my neighbors. You'll see them in the background. Hope y'all get to enjoy it that way. I tried to use my other camera, but unfortunately the camera function is into like a little snippet movie, so it actually doesn't do regular movies. If it does, guys, I don't know how to make it do that. So the snippet movie is like a few seconds, so it wasn't doing me a bit of good. Before I get back to the motherland, I'm gonna have to probably get me a movie camera and just to start practicing doing better movies. I'd like to do like short documentaries when I'm in the motherland, and documentaries that'll be of the quality to leave to my descendants when I'm no longer here. And not to be sad, y'all, because I sure hope I'll be here till like 101. I just got through looking at YouTube, and one of the young women on there was talking about the loss of her mom, and it was sad, y'all. And I know that we are all different, and we're brought up differently within our families of origin. My family of origin taught me in all kinds of ways that life was a part of a circle, and a part of that circle is that you die. Of course, they're Christians, so they talk about going to heaven and stuff like that. Even my grandson, whose mother is not Christian, told him that Granny went to heaven, because that's what he called my mother. He called her Granny because that's what she had his dad call her. So anyway, guys, I came back to the same area that I recorded before. So anyway, let me turn this camera around. Yeah, I just wanted to share this with y'all while the sun was still out and you could actually get to see the beautiful flowers on this tree. If y'all can hear the birds flying around, I hope you like it. It's like birds flying all around Galveston all the time. It's a calm place. It might be because of COVID, like not, I don't know. It is Sunday, and Sunday I guess is a day of rest for most people. And I'm just walking around, so if you hear anybody dogs barking, it is not my dog. It's the neighbor's dogs. They do have signs everywhere talking about dogs and all of that. But they're not by me, y'all. They are actually gated, so that's a good thing. So this is just walking around the corner, just so y'all can see all the beautiful flowers around that the neighbors around here love flowers too. And let y'all see how low the fencing is. Even though they have a dog and have a higher fence in the back of the house, it's not going to the front of the house. And you see, no burglar bars on the house. So anyway, I just wanted y'all to see that having burglar bars all around your house is not a concept that everybody has worldwide. This is Galveston, so that's why y'all will see how I really wasn't brought up to think that way. See how the little white picket fence with the American flag, but it's no burglar bars. It's just literally a white picket fence to mark your borders, that's all. This one, no borders marked. And steps that you can just walk up. This one has a fencing, but you see, just cyclone fence that you can see through just to mark your borders, that's all. So y'all can understand me a little bit more maybe. Well guys, y'all can see my neighborhood a street away from where I live, and you can see that all of us around here like flowers, so I'm not so special because I like flowers and trees. This is like a Galveston thing, at least in this neighborhood that I was brought up in. I was in this neighborhood since I was around 7 years old when my parents bought the house. So anyway guys, I am going to sit down and talk a little bit and talk about my feelings, and also how my family's concept is pretty much an African retention that life and death is part of a circle of life, and that if you believe that your ancestors live inside of you, they don't really die. They're just part of you. And then from you, whoever you gave birth to, even if you didn't physically give birth to anyone, whoever you put seed into their life, that you took time with and nurtured, any organizations that you've donated your time to, that you've interacted with people with, you sowed those seeds of your very ancestors, and it was like they met them when they met you, because you have all kind of ancestors. Some of them was cool, and some of them might have been not so cool, but as we are pretty much mostly nature and not that much nurture, your ancestors are still walking around and doing whatever you're doing. It's like going to a bar and say, I'll have what she's having. I'll have what he's having. Stuff like that. But anyway, they share your legion of all your ancestors that's inside of you. I'm not gonna lie, I was sad when my grandparents died, because they were around me more than anybody when I was younger. In my formative years, I lived with them till I was around 7 years old. But different family reasons, you know, family dynamics are interesting and complicated sometimes. But anyway, let's just say that when I lost my grandparents, it was like after the funeral, and I was at home by myself, that I realized that I would never see them again. And of course I missed them. So then I cried. And with my mama, it was when I went back to Tulsa, because I was living in Tulsa when she died. So I came back to Galveston and stayed a couple of weeks, and after the couple of weeks, I went back. It might have even been 3 weeks, but nevertheless, I did go back to Tulsa and interacted with my friends that was 7-day Adventists. And they were so sweet and loving people that sometimes you think people is too sweet, because they just talk to you and talk to you, and next thing you know, you miss the person that went to another plane of existence. That part that lives inside of you and inside of all of your descendants and in all of their descendants and all of the people that they've met in their lifetime. So anyway, guys, now my mother died in 2000, so it's pretty easy for me to keep up with when she died. She made her birthday, but she didn't make it to February. Her birthday was January the 5th, and I sent her a Valentine card, but it came in the mail, and we put it in her casket. And now when I talk about her, after 21 years, I can remember that I was with her a long time. And I remember all of the good parts. And I even remember some of the crazy parts. And I remember that it's things that happened that you'll just have to say, I'm sure she had her reasons. And just let it go, y'all, you know? Because you cannot undo what has been done. And I understand that. And your mother or whoever, nobody's perfect. Nobody. You'll wish they were, but they weren't. And even me, I'm not perfect. So even when people say things about me and try to act like I'm a saint to myself, I'll be like, I'm not a saint. But I just do things because I have African retentions too. It's part of my family's culture that's been handed down to me in verbal ways and in non-verbal ways. And they're a part of me. And if I undo that, I wouldn't be who I am. And so with me being who I am, I can only do what I do, and that's that. So I loved my mom and my grandmother, grandfather, all the people that was in my life that's with the ancestors now. I talk to them whenever I feel like I need to. And I know that they live inside of me. And if I look in the mirror, I can see them. And if I look in a photo album, I can see them. I don't really have video with them on it. If I did, it was an ancient videos that I don't have stuff to play it back on. So I'll just have to enjoy the pictures, you know. But anyway, guys, I'm trying to make sure I have lots of these from my descendants, and they can just, if it's no more YouTube, they can use the cloud. I'm trying to keep up the cloud. Hopefully there'll be other ways too that they can have copies of what I'm saying. Yeah, hopefully I have enough backups of backups that they can always find stories for me. I'm keeping my journals as best I can. I'm keeping them together as much as possible. And I journal quite a lot, y'all. I write it down. And hopefully these videos will be enough for them to know that we cannot undo what has been done, and that nothing will happen to you that's not supposed to happen to you. And whatever is supposed to happen to you will happen to you. So don't worry about it. Just enjoy your life. And if you live your life like today is the last day, it'll be okay. Let me cut this off. I didn't want to get a YouTube ping for that music that was in the background that I had nothing to do with. But anyway, y'all, all I wanted to say is that life is good but short. Treat everybody like you want to be treated, as I say all the time. Try not to focus on people who's not in your life on a daily basis. You will not hear me talk about feeling like I'm in prison and all of that kind of stuff, because I don't feel that way. I'm happy where I am. I'm okay. I just would be happier in the Gambia. And yes, I'll still keep up the household while I'm here. And after a year, if I have not figured out other streams of income, I'll come back so I could sell this house. And then buy a smaller house here to be a compound house and use the other money to build a house in the Gambia. Because that's just me and my obligations. But anyway, y'all, until next time, I hope y'all are having a wonderful and blessed day, week, etc. And until next time, y'all, peace, peace, power to the people, and I'm out, y'all. Bye.